These are invocations of some of the Egyptian gods. These prayers have their roots in very ancient traditions. What value do these invocations have? Only if they are used frequently and with sincerity and with purpose do they take on meaning. One of the guidelines that has been laid down by those in a position to guide us is to invoke often. The second one is to pray with enthusiasm, with fervor, with energy. Merely to utter these invocations, or any prayer for that matter, in a dull, routine way, is simply to express a mass of words wholly without meaning. These prayers have to be meditated upon, so that they come to stimulate the inner core of one's being. At the same time, an even more important matter is that while reciting the invocation, the imagination should be activated to form an image of the appropriate God form enveloping one's actual physical form. If Isis, then one should come to feel that one has about one the traditional female form of the goddess. And in the case of Tahuti, there should be the clear realization that one has an ibis head, the long neck of the bird under consideration, and so forth. If Horus is invoked, the divine falcon or hawk should be perceived in the imagination as clothing one's body. With regular, consistent practice, one may expect to feel the actual presence of the divine energy and to realize psychologically the nature of the god, and in fact to activate those unconscious archetypal forms and characteristics which they are representative of. This is not an intellectual process or activity by any means, but is a heightening of spiritual sensitivity and consciousness, so that its awareness is as much of a reality as is the sensing of one's own body or any part thereof. The invocation of Thoth. I invoke Tahuti, the Lord of wisdom and of utterance, the God that cometh forth from the veil. O thou, majesty of the Godhead, wisdom-crowned Tahuti, Lord of the gates of the universe, thee I invoke. O thou of the ibis head, thee I invoke. Thou who wieldest the wand of double power, thee I invoke. Thou who bearest in thy left hand the rose and cross of light and life, thee I invoke. Thou whose head is as an emerald, and whose nemesis as the night sky blue, thee I invoke. Thou whose skin is a flaming orange as though it burned in a furnace, thee I invoke. Behold, I am yesterday, today, and the brother of tomorrow. I am born again and again. Mine is the unseen force whereof the gods are sprung, which is as life unto the dwellers in the watchtowers of the universe. I am the charioteer of the east, Lord of the past and of the future. I see by mine own inward light, Lord of resurrection, who cometh forth from the dusk, and my birth is from the house of death. O ye two divine hawks upon your pinnacles, who keep watch over the universe, ye who company the bier to the house of rest, who pilot the ship of Ra, ever advancing onwards to the heights of heaven, Lord of the shrine which standeth in the center of the earth. Behold, he is in me, and I in him. Mine is the radiance wherein Ptah floateth over the firmament. I travel upon high. I tread upon the firmament of new. I raise a flashing flame with the lightning of mine eye, ever rushing onward in the splendor of the daily glorified Ra, giving my life to the dwellers of earth. If I say, come up upon the mountains, the celestial waters shall flow at my word. For I am Ra incarnate, Kephra, created in the flesh. I am the eidolon of my father Tamu, Lord of the city of the sun. The God who commands is in my mouth. The God of wisdom is in my heart. My tongue is the sanctuary of truth, and a God sitteth upon my lips. My word is accomplished every day, and the desire of my heart realizes itself as that of Ptah when he createth his works. I am eternal, therefore all things are as my designs, therefore do all things obey my word. Therefore do thou come forth unto me from thine abode in the silence, unutterable wisdom, all light, all power. Thoth, Hermes, Mercury, Odin, by whatever name I call thee, thou art unnamed and nameless to eternity. Come thou forth, I say, and aid and guard me in this work of art. Thou, star of the east, that didst conduct the Magi, thou art the same all present in heaven and in hell. Thou that vibratest between the light and the darkness, rising, descending, changing ever, yet ever the same. The sun is thy father, thy mother the moon. The wind hath borne thee in its bosom, and earth hath ever nourished the changeless Godhead of thy youth. Come thou forth, I say, come thou forth, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God the vast one, may be made obedient unto me. The invocation of Isis. I beheld a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon at her feet, and on her head was a diadem of the 12 stars. Hear me, O Lady Isis, hear and save. O thou Queen of love and mercy, thou crowned with a throne, thou, horned as with the moon, thou whose countenance is mild and glowing, even as grass refreshed by rain, hear me, Our Lady Isis, hear and save. O thou who art in matter manifest, thou bride and queen, as thou art mother and daughter of the slain one. O thou who art the Lady of the earth, hear me, O Lady Isis, hear and save. O thou Lady of the amber skin, Lady of love and victory, bright gate of glory through the darkling skies, O crowned with light and life and love, hear me, Our Lady, hear and save. By thy sacred flower, the lotus of eternal life and beauty, by thy love and mercy, by thy wrath and vengeance, by my desire toward thee, by all the magical names of old, hear me, O Lady, hear and save. Open thy bosom to thy child, stretch forth thine arms, and strain me to thy breast. Let my lips touch thy lips ineffable. Hear me, O Lady Isis, hear and save. Lift up thy voice to aid me in this critical hour. Lift up thy voice most musical. Cry aloud, O Queen and Mother, to save me from that I fear most. I invoke thee to initiate my soul. The whirling of my dance, may it be a spell and a link with thy great light, so that in the darkest hour the light may arise in me and bring me to thine own glory and incorruptibility. Isis am I, and from my life are fed all showers and suns, all moons that wax and wane, all stars and streams, the living and the dead, the mystery of pleasure and of pain. I am the mother, I the speaking sea. I am the earth and its fertility, life, death, love, hatred, light, darkness, return to me, to me. Isis am I, and to my beauty drawn, all glories of the universe bow down, the blossom and the mountain and the dawn, fruit blush and woman, our creation's crown. I am the priest, the sacrifice, the shrine. I am the love and life of the divine. Life, death, love, hatred, light, darkness are surely mine, are mine. Isis am I, the love and light of earth, the wealth of kisses, the delight of tears, the barren pleasure never come to birth, the endless, infinite desire of years. I am the shrine at which thy long desire devoured thee with intolerable fire. I was song, music, passion, death upon thy lyre, thy lyre. I am the grail and I the glory now. I am the flame and fuel of thy breast. I am the star of God upon thy brow. I am thy queen, enraptured and possessed. Hide thee, sweet river, welcome to the sea, ocean of love that shall encompass thee. Life, death, love, hatred, light, darkness, return to me, to me. Hear, Lady Isis, and receive my prayer. Thee I worship and invoke. Hail to thee, sole mother of my life. The invocation of Horus. Strike the master chord. Draw the flaming sword. Crowned child and conquering lord, Horus, avenger. O thou of the head of the hawk, thee I invoke. Thou only begotten child of Osiris thy father, and Isis thy mother, he that was slain, she that bore thee in her womb, flying from the terror of the water, thee I invoke. O thou whose apron is of flashing white, whiter than the forehead of the morning, thee I invoke. O thou who hast formulated thy father, and made fertile thy mother, thee I invoke. O thou whose garment is of golden glory, with the azure bars of sky, thee I invoke. Thou who didst avenge the horror of death, thou the slayer of Typhon, thou who didst lift thine arms, and the dragons of death were as dust, thou who didst raise thine head, and the crocodile of Nile was abased before thee, thee I invoke. O thou whose nemesis hideth the universe with night, the impermeable blue, thee I invoke. Thou who travellest in the boat of Ra, abiding at the helm of the Aftet boat, and of the Sextet boat, thee I invoke. Thou who bearest the wand of double power, thee I invoke. Thou, about whose presence is shed the darkness of blue light, the unfathomable glory of the outmost ether, the untraveled, the unthinkable immensity of space. Thou who concentrest all the 30 ethers in one darkling sphere of fire, thee I invoke. O thou who bearest the rose and cross of life and light, thee I invoke. The voice of the 5, the voice of the 6, 11 are the voices. Abrahadabra. Strike the master chord. Draw the flaming sword. Crowned child and conquering lord, Horus, avenger. By thy name of Ra, I invoke thee, hawk of the sun, the glorious one. By thy name, Harmachis, youth of the brilliant morning, I invoke thee. By thy name, Mao, I invoke thee, lion of the midday sun. By thy name, Tum, hawk of the even, crimson splendor of the sunset, I invoke thee. By thy name, Kephra, I invoke thee, O beetle of the hidden mastery of midnight. By thy name, Hur-Par-Krat, lord of silence, beautiful child that standest on the dragons of the deep, I invoke thee. By thy name of Apollo, I invoke thee, O man of strength and splendor, O poet, O father. By thy name of Phoebus, that drivest thy chariot through the heaven of Zeus, I invoke thee. By thy name of Odin, I invoke thee, O warrior of the north, O renown of the sagas. By thy name of Yahashua, O child of the flaming star, I invoke thee. By thine own, thy secret name, Uri, thee I invoke. The names are 5, the names are 6, 11 are the names. Abrahadabra. Behold, I stand in the midst. Mine is the symbol of Osiris. To thee are mine eyes ever turned. Unto the splendor of Geburah, the magnificence of Chesed, the mystery of Da'ath, thither This is a poem that Crowley wrote, published in the Equinox about 1910 or 11. It is called Long Odds. How many million galaxies there are, who knows? And each has countless stars in it, and each rolls to eternities afar beneath the threshold of the infinite. How is it that with all that space to roam, I should have found this mote that spins and leaps in what unutterable sunlight, foam of what unfathomable starry deeps? Who knows? And how this 1,000 million souls and half 1,000 million souls of earth that swarm, all bound for unimagined goals, all pioneers of death enrolled at birth, how were they swept away before my sight, that I might stand upon the single prick of infinite space and time as finite? Who knows? Yet here I stand, climacteric, having found you. Was it by fall of chance? Then what a stake against what odds I have won. Was it determined in God's ordinance? Then wondrous love and pity for his Son? Or was it part of an eternal law? Then how ineffably beneficent. Each thought excites an ecstasy of awe, a rapture rending the mind's firmament. Infinity, yet you and I have met. Eternity, yet hand in hand we run. All odds that I should lose you or forget, but soul and spirit and body, we are one. Is this the child of chance, or law, or will? Is none, or all, or one to thank for this? It will not matter if thanksgiving fill the endless empyrean with a kiss.